Welcome to the Yoga Trapeze for Back Care series. Today's video is about traction. Now, traction is a way to create more space between your vertebrae naturally, and the practice of traction has been around since the beginning of time. There's three main ways that you get traction. Number one is just lying flat on your back. If you know anyone with back pain, they very often want to go lie down or go sit down for a while. And the reason is when you lie flat, you create a little bit more space between your vertebrae. The second way to get traction is through body work, massage, chiropractic care. This is another way to create a little bit more space through external therapies on your spine. And the third way is more recent, but even this, inversion therapy, has been around for over 100 years. Inversion therapy is when you hang upside down, you reverse the flow of gravity, and you naturally create a little bit more space between your vertebrae. When we're talking about a little bit of space, we're literally talking about 1 to 2 millimeters. But that 1 to 2 millimeter difference, in the case of an impinged nerve here, can make all of the difference. This is why back pain sufferers from all around the world love inversion therapy. Now, 100 years ago, doctors and osteopaths created these crazy contraptions that were chairs that went upside down. And then came gravity boots, which were these crazy ski boots that you hang upside down from a pull-up bar. And then came inversion tables. And just recently, in the past 10 years, the Yoga Trapeze has become the most popular inversion therapy device in the world for a couple of reasons. Probably the first reason is that it's light, it's simple, it's small, it doesn't take up much space in your home. But one of the best things is, which I'll show you here in just a minute, is you can hang from your hips very freely. So you get a really strong traction effect very, very quickly. Now, a couple of things to think about with traction. When you first get started, maybe you'll start with 1 to 2 minutes per day. You can see how you go. Eventually, most of our students work up to 7 minutes per day. In terms of what's right for you and your body, definitely listen to the sensations you're feeling, work in conjunction with your medical practitioner, and take your self-care routine very, very seriously. Let me show you 3 different traction poses now on the Yoga Trapeze. Let's begin with one of our go-to traction poses called Traction Jackson. To begin, grab onto the long straps, V your legs wide, and slowly lower your body all the way down with your legs wide apart. Double cross your legs on the main sling, keep your knees bent, grab your elbows above your head, and relax, hanging from your hips. The key thing here is to keep your knees bent so that you can hang relaxed from your hips. As you're hanging here in Traction Jackson, we reverse the flow of gravity and you allow for more space between your vertebrae. Let's try another traction pose. Release your hands down onto the mat and walk your hands forward, spread your fingers wide, now drop your head. This pose is called Banana Man. Let's try one more pose in this traction sequence. Release your hands, now interlace your hands behind your back, and if you can, squeeze your palms together, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now here's the trick, relax your head and neck. We call this pose Fallen Arrow. Release your hands, look up towards your toes, grab onto the long straps. Now V your legs wide apart and slowly walk your hands up the straps all the way to a seated position. Wrap your arms around the rig, put your forehead on your forearms, and take a break. So a couple of beginner tips. If that was your first time going upside down on the Yoga Trapeze, remember to take it slowly. I spent quite a few minutes upside down. If that's too much for you, spend some time upside down and come take a break. If you feel dizzy, if you feel lightheaded, this is normal. It usually passes with just a couple of days of practice. So be patient and be kind on yourself. Remember that traction is not a panacea. It's part of a comprehensive back care healing regime. So check out my other videos to learn about balance and strength and flexibility as well. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.